Okay, I'm going to continue with the previous one to see if I can emphasize the synchronicity thing. Those people who believe and understand the device thing and how it can make a person feel something, you're not going to have a problem with this. Those of you that don't, well, you either believe it or you don't, and you can just not watch, I guess, because it doesn't apply to you. You don't understand. You haven't been a victim yet. Um, Victims will understand. So I guess I'm speaking to other victims of the touch, the magic touch. Uh, the magic touch isn't nearly as fascinating as the fact that I am in sync with it. I think that's what those people doing the magic touch, why they keep doing it. It's because it is fascinating. I am so in sync with it that I can actually rewind, and wherever I stop, it will be in sync. It doesn't even matter. Everything I do is in sync. Absolutely everything. You know, um, and I'm not the only one. I can't emphasize that enough because, like I said, someone else has to be in sync with me. You can't just be in sync all by yourself. By definition, in sync means that there are other people that you are in sync with, by definition. Okay. Uh, Unfortunately for me, I seem to be in sync with a lot of people that are in the entertainment industry. So locally, I don't think anybody's going to buy it. Right? They're not going to believe me. But in the entertainment industry, they're probably like fascinated, like, man, where did she come from? Why is this woman, this little woman who lives in Bloomington, like in sync with us? That's just weird. She's not even out here with us. She's over there. But I have noticed I'm in sync with these, with these celebrities and newscasters. Okay, Ashton Kutcher is on. Check him out. He's always good. He's playing Steve Jobs. That's the current, the current. No, did you see how it on the commercial? I don't know if you can hear it. You know, I'm sure he is extraordinarily uncomfortable about that whole thing, and probably wishing there was a way to get out of it. That would be my guess, because if I were him, I would be trying really hard to get out of it. So, and you can kind of see his discomfort whenever there's a report about him or pictures about him. Okay, so I'm watching a commercial right now. Let's see what else is on. I'm not very quick. Okay, let's put it back on CNN. And that police have recovered two weapons from him. Again, this is according to our source. It is not known at this time whether police killed the alleged shooter or whether he took his own life. Oh my God, they killed him. There are also unconfirmed reports that another shooter might be on the scene. And have you noticed they refer now on the news? On the news now, they no longer refer to these people as killers. They refer to them as shooters, because everybody knows that they are being prompted with ideas in their head to shoot somebody, or they're not sure, so they don't want to call it that yet because we don't know. But you can prompt someone to do it, and people have been doing it. And the newscasters, the news reporters, are aware that it's happening, to the point where they're changing their verbiage to reflect that. They can't say it outright because they don't know. You just don't know. You can't tell what's going on in someone's mind. Although after a while, with so many incidences, one after another, we're not stupid, right? It follows a pattern. Serial killers follow a pattern. This follows the pattern of a serial killing. Many of them, all in a row, of which the president seems to completely ignore, which means one of two things. Either he is a complete incompetent SOB, which is possible, or he's the actual serial killer. What other conclusions can you draw from that? It's difficult to come up with another reason, because you have Aurora, you have the Sikh temple, you have this elementary school. I could go on and on if I were to get online so I could write them all down, and you could see all the names and the connections. You know,
And the president has yet to say a word. It's like he pretends it doesn't exist. So either he's grossly incompetent, okay, because the whole world sees it, or he's involved. I mean, I wish someone would give me another option to look at as to why it works out this way. But there isn't. I mean, I would love to hear it.
That is going out to the parents. A lot of them are just very upset as they try to pick up their children. There's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of cars that are just jammed in here, and people just
having a little bit of a moment here
to get some solid information. But of course, that's going to be coming as they secure the scene.
Robert, they're confirming, or they're reporting at least 3 Associated Press and CBS
if you
that
can
one
see.
gunman is dead. Is there any indication as you're out there hearing from people around you that there could be another shooter?
Well, there was some information that somebody, at least one parent, saw somebody being escorted out of this wooded area right over here with police, and that person turned to a parent and said it wasn't me. That person was described as wearing some camo type pants and shirt, but they did not see any sort of weapon or anything like that. That person is supposedly being held in one of the police cars over here.
I'm feeling the dry mouth again.
But that we are to do. I'm an idiot. What, tell me what to do. I don't know. Man, I love you. What can I tell you? Just tell me what to do. So, you settling in okay? Best job I ever had. Glad to be here.
Just when that other guy came on, this happened.
Going into the school to try to assist the local Newtown police and, of course, the state police. All right, Robert Wilson there in the scene. We're going to check back with you in just one moment, Robert, but let's recap what we know at this point. The Sandy Hook Elementary School is a K through 4 school in Newtown, Connecticut. 600 or so students. There was a shooting reported at that school about 9:41 this morning. That's when a call came into 911 reporting that shooting, and since that time,
Look at that.
resources have been swarming that school. We can confirm that
It's the Hook Elementary School, Newtown. Now see, you know,
the Justice Department correspondent from CBS News, he is reporting the gunman is dead. Also, the Associated Press reporting that as well.
And they swarm the scene. A picture that has been making its way both on our air and throughout the internet is the symbol of what's been happening there this morning. We've been seeing the children led away, crying, led away from their elementary school, crying on as they're walking out.
Of course they're crying. Of course they're crying. They're only 5 and 6 years old.
The effort of trying to reunite the students who have been taken to the firehouse, the nearby firehouse, with the parents who are lining up there.
Right around 8.
Yeah, that looks like Lauren, doesn't it?
And I don't know why you felt
it does. And there's the mouth.
Yeah, information will be coming out from the school. Parents can imagine what kind of excruciating request that is from the school. If you have a parent who are a parent of a child in Newtown, they are suggesting that you wait for word from them. You know that buses.
You know, it's like I feel
buses running at this point. You can see there.
I feel like I'm doing porn or something. You know, it's like so disgusting.
Their helmet, their camouflage on.
I'm a 50-year-old middle-aged woman, for God's sake. You know.
Wider helicopter picture that we can see there. What we do. We're going to do a whole maternity month on.
See, she just said, I feel the opposite, and then said, we're going to do a maternity month, you know, just when I was, and I showed it to you. I mean, I'm trying to be discreet about it because it's embarrassing. It's extraordinarily embarrassing, you know, to have somebody, to feel like somebody is tweaking you all day long. You know, it's very, very embarrassing. You know, and have to pretend like they're not, because you know that nobody can see it. You know, nobody around you can see it, but you know it's happening. You know it. You know, and then to have access to information of this kind, which is a little odd, but it works, you know, because of these parallels, and you know who's doing it, right? You can't prove it, but you know it. And, you know, then the only conclusion I can come to, it's not a conclusion, is I've got to think why. Why are these particular, very specific people interested in this kind of porn behavior with me? I don't understand. Look at me, for God's sake. Why would anyone? I mean, is it because of that? That symbol right there, that came from a new Wii toy that my son got for his birthday. You know, I put it there because I was unloading it, taking it out for his birthday so he could play with it, and I don't want to take it off the screen right now. I didn't put it there, for staging effect. My house is a mess. There's nothing staged here. It's just a plain mess. I spend too much time on the computer. But I do because it's the only way I can get the feelings, the little tweaky feelings, to stop. If the feelings would stop, I would get off the computer. But right now, it's the only way I can stop it. Like if my eyes start to sting, I don't want to end up like Anderson Cooper having to go to a doctor because I'm going to be blind for 3 days with my retinas burned out. Who in their right mind wants that? I don't. So I'll just stay on screen and then my retinas don't get burnt out. Look at all that button pushing they're doing there. I've got it on mute. I can still see it though. So it's very distressing, to say the least. It's very, very distressing. It's very sickening. It's very, very sickening. I've got to think, why, I see Lauren's face everywhere. Every time I feel a tweak, I see, her face comes up on a different person in a different, way, but it's always the same thing. And I've got to wonder. Why? Why always her? What? And then, the icing on the cake was that letter she wrote about Malala. What the hell was that? The average person may not see the connection. Anybody in the entertainment industry knows that is a way that people talk with each other. Whoever, they'll make sure their picture's taken a certain way. Angelina Jolie, she does it all the time. They even did an opinion piece about her on the New York Times because she does it so much that it's annoying. They can't stand it anymore. Nobody likes being manipulated like that. So even the New York Times has written an op-ed piece about that. Everyone knows. So if you were to talk to those kinds of people, they would look at that letter and say the same thing I'm saying. No, that's a direct letter to you. That's what that is. That is in complete and total reference to your blog. If you were to do the timing, I talked about Malala. She talks about a boy. The boy is my boy. That's who she's talking about, my son. I don't know why she gives a crap about my son. I hope she's never met him. I don't know if she's like showed up at his school sometime or something weird like that. I have no idea. But, there's some kind of weird obsession there with my son. So, of course, I'm very sensitive to it. Any mother would be very sensitive about some strange woman being very interested in their, 9-year-old, 10-year-old boy, because that's sick. That's really sick. But she does this so often that I've got to wonder, what is her fascination with me? I get that her name is Lauren or Lauren, however you say it. I get that, and I get that I wrote that Jay Rosenbaum Needs to Talk, and I get that it's the same name, and I get that there's a serial killer that likes these name connections. Okay, I get all of that. What I don't get is why she, being as connected with this Lauren Spear thing, is interested in me in a bad way. Like, why isn't she trying to help find who killed or hurt Lauren? Instead, she wants to hurt the person who's trying to find her rather than help. I got to stop again.